Hey guys, Moon here. I know I'm gonna sound a little off in this video. I'm having some trouble with my mouth. It's been a lot of pain lately, but I still wanted to make some videos for you guys. So if I sound a little muffled or just a little weird, don't blame me, blame the mouth pain. And yes, I'm gonna be telling you a story. And I'm using music from Instant Musical Halloween music. Hope you don't mind. If you do, just tell me to take the video down and I will. Either way. This story, though not sure whether it would be true in the universe or not, this is a story that might spook a few people out, depending on how easily you're spooked. This story took place one simple night in the forest amidst the Galar region. It seemed simple, quaint, home to Pokemon. Nothing out of the ordinary. Until an odd, unthinkable sound could be heard in the distance. Sounded like a Pokemon was wailing in pain. Our hero, a young lady who will call Storm. No, a young lady who, though she does go by the name of Storm, will call Margaret. Wanted to see if she could find where the sound was coming from. She followed it as the wailing got closer, and sounded more and more like an innocent Pokemon was in pain. She soon came across a Pokemon that was usually only found by rivers and lakes, a Vaporeon. It's fun at first, but when she looked closer, its tail was bent in an unbelievable way. Not bent up or down, or how a tail could be bent without causing pain, but bent back on itself. Too far back on itself. The Vaporeon was clutching its teeth as it kept wailing in pain. The Vaporeon collapsed to the ground, still breathing thankfully, but a great deal of pain, with its tail this way, hunting for food, or even just walking would cause it pain. Margaret knew she had to help the Vaporeon, as her parents taught her that she never neglected a Pokemon in pain, or a person either, but she tried to approach the Vaporeon to assist it. But when she did, the Vaporeon lost out, its claws unsheathed, its teeth bared, and its eyes were red. Not red as if it's been rubbing them. Red as in bright crimson red. Margaret was terrified at the sight in front of her. And as she looked closer, she saw that the Vaporeon was also missing fur in some places. And it's been vigorously grooming way too much. And scratches, cuts, and bruises. Vaporeon seemed to be dealing with stress as well as its straight pain. Margaret kept trying to assist the Vaporeon, but the Vaporeon refused to move from the spot it was at. She kept trying and trying. The Vaporeon just refused to go anywhere. She was unsure why Vaporeon wouldn't move. If it was in such great pain, why wouldn't let someone assist it? Then she heard some squealing, mewing from bushes nearby, and realized this Vaporeon had Evelyn's to care for. That's why she refused to go anywhere. So Margaret told her that she would also help her care for her Evelyn while she was recovering. That's the only time Vaporeon agreed to move. But all the way to Pokemon Center, even when Margaret was carrying the Vaporeon, she kept wailing in agony, which makes sense. But all the Pokemon in the forest are frightened. All the Pokemon hid away in their dens, refusing to come out. It's not only because Vaporeon is a predator, but because of the squealing, the wailing and pain. Though some Pokemon could sympathize, understanding how the innocent Vaporeon felt, Margaret thankfully was able to get Vaporeon to the Pokemon Center. There she was able to be healed. Sadly, her tail, though could be mended, was broken and would need a few weeks to heal. But if Vaporeon's tail was healing, she couldn't swim, and if she couldn't swim, she couldn't fish for food to feed her Evelyn's. Though Vaporeon and her Evelyn's could eat land prey or fruits, fish is a part of Vaporeon's diet, a necessary part. But we're not here to discuss a Pokemon's diet. We're here to tell stories. A story that took place in the same region, Galar. It happened one such day that a friend of Margaret's was passing by a forest near their town, when they also heard wailing in pain. And of course, her Jasmine, the friend, wanted to see which Pokemon was in such deep pain. When she arrived, she couldn't believe what she saw. Laying in front of her was a Pikachu. It wasn't dead, but the Pikachu was mangled. Arms and legs bent, tail knotted. She would be able to get to the Pokemon Center, but she couldn't understand why this Pikachu was mangled so badly. She looked around and saw an Umbreon, but the Umbreon also looked scared and sympathetic towards the Pikachu. For although Pikachu could be an evolution's prey, it still shows sympathy and possibly empathy for the Pokemon they have to hunt. The Umbreon itself seemed sick. When Jasmine approached it and touched its head, it was burning up. She had to get both of them to the Pokemon Center as quick as possible. She looked around to see if any other Pokemon wanted help, and she saw an Espeon, who looked to be the Umbreon's mate. She was caring for Evelyn's, and though she and her Evelyn's themselves didn't look sick or injured, without her mate, Espeon would have trouble leaving her Evelyn's alone to go hunt and forage for food and water. Jasmine knew what she had to do. She got the Umbreon and the Pikachu to the Pokemon Center. Thankfully, Nurse Joy was able to help the Pikachu and give Umbreon berries to assist it through its fever. But Jasmine had to stay in that forest for a few days, helping Espeon care for her Evelyn's, while she kept hearing wailing, squealing, even though the Pikachu was not mangled anymore. and the Umbreon was dealing with its fever. She knew she could hear something, some Pokemon out there in pain. Once everyone there was healed, Jasmine went to see where the sound was coming from. It led her towards the slumbering wheels. No one was allowed to go there unless they had permission from the legendary Pokemon that stayed there. The only people allowed there were the champion, Nexie. Because remember, alternate universe, as well as her friend Hop, Sonia, and a few others. And Jasmine didn't have permission from the legendary Pokemon to head into Slumbering World, but she couldn't just ignore a Pokemon in pain. She went in anyway, and found the Corvus Squire. The Corvus Squire looked to have a broken wing and was frightened. Near the Corvus Squire was a Thievul, one of Corvus Squire's predators. Although Jasmine knew that all Pokemon had to eat in order to survive, she was confused about why the Thievul wouldn't just leave to find other prey, until she realized it couldn't. The Thievul couldn't move to go find other prey. Its tail was wedged between a few rocks, and it couldn't free itself. And the Corvus Squire's broken wing wouldn't allow it to fly, so it couldn't help the Thievul or help itself. Jasmine freed the Thievul and took the Corvus Squire to Pokemon Center. But she still has been forgiven by legendary Pokemon. For though they respected and understood why she entered the Slumbering World, no one likes it when you come into their home uninvited. So till this day, Jasmine's been haunted by squealing and wailing of injured Pokemon, even when there were none in the area. Which was just a reminder from the legendary Pokemon, or other Pokemon, not to enter their land uninvited, unless she absolutely had to. And yes, guys, I know my stories have happy endings, unlike a lot of creepypastas, but this isn't about me acting all mean and giving bad endings to stories, or just unsatisfying endings. It's just me showing my storyteller nature and trying to at least be slightly creepy. And even if you're not creeped out, hey, we're all creeped out by different things. And if you did enjoy the video, I'd like you, if possible, to subscribe, like, and comment. If you don't want to, that's fine, but as it is October, and we're all in the spooky feeling, I'd like if you would. And I'd like it if all of you who aren't will go subscribe to Pongaze. For Pongaze's birthday is coming up soon, and I want to do something for them. For Pongaze, who said that countries call them Pond. Though we don't know each other personally, I consider them to be a YouTuber friend. And I want to show support in any way I possibly can. But yes, if you did enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. And musical Halloween music. If you want me to take the video down, just let me know.